Hi, hello, once again. I'm back 5 minutes later. Here I am again. Sorry for the quadruple videos. I was gonna put them together this morning, and had a bad night. I slept, I got up and done my little normal bathroom run, come back and lay back down, went back to sleep, and forgot to get my videos done. And I was gonna do them like this. I have them spread out a little more. At original, I was going to do them together until I sat down just a few minutes ago before I started recording them and realized the one I do and I post them in the morning time, I needed to do them separate because the Sunday episode or the Sunday devotion was going to be part of another series, one of my series. So I had to split it, and then I decided to split this one as well. So I have them set 5 minutes apart when I post them. But I'm just going to get right on into it. So, but with this one, your Sunday, May the 21st, 2023, episode 1066, part 2. We're gonna be talking about Our Choices Matter from Alice and Kedia, derived from Genesis 39, 1 through 12. So, without further ado, let's talk about it. Allison writes, a swimming instructor in New Jersey saw a car sinking to a New York bay and heard the driver inside screaming, "I can't swim!" and his SUV quickly sank into the murky waters. As the crowd watched from shore, Anthony ran to the rocks along the edge, removed his prosthetic leg, and jumped in to rescue the 68-year-old man and helped him safely to shore. Thanks to Anthony's decisive action, another man was saved. So our choices matter. Consider the patriarch Jacob, the father of many sons, who openly favored his 17-year-old son Joseph, which I get my namesake from. That's where I don't know. He foolishly made Joseph an ornate robe, the coat of many colors. Genesis 37:3. The result? Joseph's brothers hated him. Verse 4. And when the opportunity arose, they sold him into slavery. Verse 28. Not yet. Yet because Joseph ended up in Egypt, God used him to preserve Jacob's family and many others during the 7-year famine, despite Joseph's brothers' intention to harm him. See Genesis 50, verse 20. The choice that set in all motion was Joseph's decision to be honorable and run from Potiphar's wife, 39, 1 through 12. The result was prison, 39:20, and an eventual meeting with Pharaoh, chapter 41 of Genesis. In Genesis 39, verse 8 says, but he refused. So Anthony may have had the advantage of training, but he still had to make a choice. When we love God and seek to serve Him, He helps us make life-affirming and God-honoring choices. If we haven't already, we can begin by trusting Jesus. So we need to make life-affirming choices. If we have the training and somebody is drowning, jump in and save them. If you have the training, somebody has a car accident, and you're right there, and you have the necessary life-saving skills, jump in and help, if need be. And in that portion, we was living in North Georgia before we moved back to Florida in 2009. We lived up there from, let's say, 2003. We moved to North Georgia from where I went to high school, where I graduated in 1999. We lived there until about 2003. My brother and my father moved up there. Or no, my brother, I don't remember. No, my brother and my mother moved up there. That's what it was. And then we decided to go on up there. So we lived up there from October of 03. We moved up there, and then we lived there until we lived in the area until July of 09. We lived up there about 6 years in that area. But I got a job with an inventory company. It's a company that goes around different stores and does counting of items and stuff, makes reports and stuff for how much items is on the shelves and stuff like that. And well, we was on our way. I worked out of the office. The company had an office up in Chattanooga. Just 10, 15 minutes across the state line. Well, we was going up to Dunlap. I think it was Dunlap. We got on a road, and I know it was a wide open 4-lane highway. We was headed to an Old Navy store to do our job. And we was riding along on there. All of a sudden, a pickup truck, I think it was like a lowrider, a lower riding red, I think it was red, was coming the other way. We were going there, like say, you're looking at me. This is the way we were going. We were going this way. Or we were going this way. Or whatever. We were going this way. And they were coming at us. This pickup truck. There was two combatants. All of us, we didn't know nothing about them. All of a sudden, they veered, and there was a wide open meridian between the two lanes. Well, not wide, but there was just pretty well a lot of grass in the middle. Well, they veered over into the grass and went rolling. That pickup truck was rolling. I mean, it rolled. I didn't even count how many times it rolled. But the person driving the van pulled over, and three of my fellow colleagues got out, darted into action, and to find out they had first aid training. They were one worked as a paramedic and stuff like that, so they had the life-saving skills. They jumped into action, and the rest of us was standing there by the van just watching, like it amazing. That was the first time I ever seen an accident in all my life. That was the first time I dreamed I saw one, but that was the first time I ever actually seen one myself, and actually see that thing I've seen NASCAR wrecks, stuff like that. It's one thing, but to be in real life and see one in front of you. We got out there, was watching, and then we knew one thing was the cause of the wreck. You could smell the odor of alcohol in the air. You could smell the beer and whatever they were drinking. You could smell it in the air. That's what led to that traffic accident. But I never actually heard anything else after that. But we had to get on and get to the job. So everybody that was involved got in the van and went on to work. And about maybe an hour later, the rest of the guys finally came in and joined in to do the job. So, but that it was like those guys just jumped in and went over there And they actually had to flip the vehicle back over to get the guys out, to get the combatants out of that vehicle. So, but it just amazed me. I just jumped into action, and one of the guys I worked with, we were good. We were somewhat close. We enjoyed talking to each other and joking around, but he was the one that had worked as a paramedic. And boom, he just jumped into action like it was nothing to it. He like flipped the switch and he jumped in. So, but I figured that would be something. So, but get off that subject. I rambled in 2 or 3 minutes. But what was the result of the choices you've made? And how has God's Spirit led you to make wise choices? Yeah, it's a good one. Let me know in the comments by putting Q1 or Q2 in your response. And ponder those questions by saying, "Dear God, help me to make wise decisions that honor you." Amen. So your Bible reading for this one is 1 Chronicles 13, 14, and 15, and the first part of John chapter 7, verses 1 through 27. So, coming up tomorrow in part 2 of episode 1067, we're going to learn how to tell the story for your fantastic Monday, May 22nd, 2022. From Bill Crowder, derived from 1 John 1, 1 through 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The first 4 verses. So, stay tuned for that. I'll get to that later tonight, but you'll see that tomorrow at 1 or after 1. So, with that said, I love you. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Keep on keeping on and trusting God, and He'll keep you safe in all you say and do in 2023 and beyond. And until later, peace out, everybody. So long, farewell. Come back later at 7 for your, your second or your third? 1, 2. Third part of the Fresh Air, focusing on moments of fresh faith weekend series for your May turning point, and we'll be talking about renewed strength. 2 Corinthians 4:16 is your beginning passage, and I don't know what it means by Phillips. Maybe a Phillips version, but I'll read my version of that verse as well, which that will be in the recommended reading. 2 Corinthians 4:15 to 18. So we'll be reading that in my Bible of that verse. So your turning point is from the 1987 devotional book, Life's Evening. A quote out of there. There is a footnote at the end of the first little section. That first little section there. And then our Bible reading for the weekend has been Ezra 8 through Nehemiah 3. I probably said this on Friday, but to read Ezra 8 and Nehemiah 1 yesterday, and to read Nehemiah 2 and 3 today, just to split it up. If you haven't, then read that before 7. Read those 4 chapters. So, but stay tuned for that. I'll get to that just a few minutes. You'll see that later after 7 at the normal time I would put the Sunday evening video. So, with that said, God bless everyone. God bless America in 2023. And I'll see you later. So until later, me and Baby Yoda, we out until then. So have a great rest of your glorious Lord's Day Sunday evening. And we'll see you later after 7. So until then, goodbye.